Joined Kononenko at the work site as they prepare for a handoff of the cutting tools that Kononenko will use.
After that, I will need to rotate it.
Kononenko is no stranger to this type of activity. Back on July 10th, 2008, Kononenko joined Sergei Volkov to use tools to cut away thermal insulation on the Soyuz TMA-12 spacecraft that enabled them to inspect the pyrotechnic separation mechanisms on the vehicle in the wake of a pyrotechnic issue that resulted in a partial module separation failure in April of 2008 on the Soyuz TMA-11 vehicle that brought home Yuri Malenchenko, Peggy Whitson, and South Korean astronaut So-Yeon Yi, who made a ballistic landing some 300 miles short of their intended landing zone in Kazakhstan. Just a few months after that ballistic landing, the spacewalk was ordered and directed by Russian management to inspect the same pyrotechnic mechanisms on the vehicle that Kononenko and Volkov would ride home, and that showed no issue that would have prevented or did prevent a safe landing.
What we tried to do, no joy, exactly. The next point is to move the foot restraint to align it with the adapter position. Are you holding against the vehicle? Yes, that's right. And I need to be facing the vehicle, Sergey, so please turn me. Let me think how to do it in the best way. Oleg, your right foot toes should be right under you. They shouldn't be anywhere else. Okay, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Sergey, copy. We know that you know what you're doing. All right.
Tropical cyclone Owen is now on the radar, Category 1, and heading towards Category 2 and Category 3. And for Wednesday the 12th of December, welcome to another update for Force 13. The warning zone remains in place. Cape Shield, Northern Territory, Burketown in Queensland, including Groote Eylandt and Mornington Island. Now here are the details on the cyclone. Sustained winds in the centre of 75 kilometres an hour with wind gusts to 100 kilometres an hour, located within 30 kilometres or 14.8 degrees south, 137.9 degrees east, about 250 kilometres north-northwest of the Mornington Island to 20 kilometres northeast of Borroloola. Movement continues west-northwest at 12 kilometres an hour. Tropical Cyclone Owen is located northwest of Mornington Island. It's expected to continue moving westward during today, then changing course to move eastward and back towards the Queensland coast. It may reach Category 3 intensity by Thursday if conditions remain favourable. Coastal crossing along the southeast Gulf of Carpentaria coast during Friday possible. Gales also in place along with destructive winds. We'll have a look at that later. Now here's a look at the current warning chart. And in the background is the life of Owen, and continues to intensify. Joint Typhoon Warning Centre is now on board. They have it located 477 nautical miles east-southeast of Darwin, tracking west-northwest at 5 knots. This is over the last 6 hours. Animated enhanced infrared satellite imagery depicts a consolidating compact system with a central dense overcast feature, a 37 GHz image, and radar imagery depicts a tightly curved banding wrapping into a well-defined compact, and in brackets, approximately 120 nautical mile diameter low-level circulation centre. The initial intensity is assessed at 35 knots based on an average of VORAC intensity estimates ranging from T2 30 knots to T3 45 knots. Whilst 05P is currently under moderate to strong 15 to 25 vertical wind shear, environmental conditions remain very favourable with strong poleward outflow, very warm sea surface temperatures and high ocean heat content values. Therefore, Owen is forecast to intensify, possibly to a peak intensity of 70 knots within 48 hours, and is forecast to track slowly westward over the next 24 hours under the steering influence of a weak subtropical ridge. Position to the south. Quasi-stationary motion is then forecast after 24 hours as the steering ridge is expected to weaken and reorient. As a deep mid-latitude shortwave trough deepens over eastern Australia. After 48 hours, the system should gradually accelerate east-southeast to southeast as it tracks within the northern periphery of the shortwave trough. Now we have a look at the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's current track on Tropical Cyclone Owen. Tropical Cyclone 05P Owen will make landfall over the Cape York Peninsula nearly 72-hour mark and is expected to dissipate by the 96-hour mark. Dynamic model guidance is in fair agreement, therefore there is low confidence in the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's forecast. Now we have a look at the NOAA floaters, and the centre is also saying available meteorological data supports the regeneration of CO5P, which is now in motion, and at this point in time wave height is 10 feet, and you can definitely see the cloud tops according in the rainbow imagery, the white and the black, and here's the VORAC, and the centre said estimates ranging from T2 30 knots to T3 45 knots. I would like to mention at the opening, sorry for this, at the commencement to this update there is some footage which I captured from the International Space Station. The astronauts are currently in their 4-hour plus spacewalk. They are undertaking a major investigation repair to one of the Soyuz spacecraft, and hopefully I might be able to capture the station flying over Owen, if not today, in coming days. The Bureau of Meteorology will update their information on the cyclone in about 8:30 a.m. Now we have a look at some tracks. Not much has changed. GPS track guidance. Bureau of Meteorology here in Queensland has a flood watch for the Gulf of Carpentaria, South Cape York Peninsula catchments. The upper level divergence is starting to improve for Owen. Bureau of Meteorology here in Queensland has a storm force wind warning in place for the southeast Gulf of Carpentaria, gale warning for the northeast part of the Carpentaria or the Gulf, and for Thursday hurricane force wind warning will be in place for the southeast Gulf of Carpentaria. The 24-hour shear tendency, the wind shear is not very healthy down along the Mackay coast. 850 millibar vorticity is looking very healthy, and a storm force wind warning will be in place Thursday for the northeast Gulf of Carpentaria, and this is a tropical cyclone formation probability guide.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and Fool 13 at extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.